Welcome, viewers. This is A Vision Media Broadcast once again, where we bring you back to the golden era of hip hop and R&B. This is what we do. We're here right now with a legend. This is Medusa, the Gangsta Goddess, West Coast Underground. She's bringing it hard. How are you today?
I'm blessed and highly favored, so they say.
Wow. Listen, that's always good, because you stay at peace with yourself.
Absolutely.
Separate
Absolutely.
and stay at peace. That's what's happening in today's world. Peace.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Yeah. We gotta actually give respect to those that can at least harness that energy, because sometimes all the superficial things will knock you off your balance.
It will. It will. And you got to have tough skin, even in the business. And even in the
Hmm.
world today, you got to be tough, because you can easily break down, have a nervous breakdown, lose your mind. You know how it,
Absolutely.
yep. And what I want to know first is just what inspired you to pursue a career in music?
Oh wow. My inspiration came my auntie Billy Calvin, God rest her soul,
Okay.
was an artist. She was in a group called the Undisputed Truth. Smiling faces.
Oh wow, okay,
Smiling-
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Smiling
So
faces,
I
yeah.
I was a kid and they were on tour with the Jackson Five.
Wow.
And she took me on their West Coast run at 7 years old. So I
Wow.
was able to meet the Jacksons. I watched them. I watched the Undisputed Truth turn a crowd out that was there to see the Jacksons, turn them out every night. You
Wow.
know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
would recognize them based on smiling faces because it was their single. But after that, the full extension of them and the band and the whole bit, I
Uh-huh.
watched it happen, and
Wow.
and it was amazing. And then, being able to meet a Michael Jackson,
Oh
a
wow, okay.
Tito, God rest
Yeah,
his soul, and Jackie, and
yeah, yeah.
my auntie was, the girlfriend of Jackie Jackson on this tour. So it was an incredible experience for me. And I knew when I saw that I wanted to feel that energy in my future. So she was the inspiration for me to actually write my first song.
Wow. So Auntie was the inspiration of all of that.
Absolutely.
But how was it meeting the Jacksons, like Michael Jackson, when you met them? How was that conversation along?
He was a kid too. So when
By
I
that
met him,
time, yeah.
he was laying on the bed watching cartoons, eating a bowl of cereal in a hotel room. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I
Okay.
I uh, I walked out on the balcony, and now I can tell this story, and caught Jackie Jackson fondling my auntie's breast, and
Oh.
he yelled into Tito, "Hey man, come get Nene." So
Wow.
I
Wow. Wow. Wow.
kicked it in the room on Tito's lap while he entertained me and they did their thing. So it was a real family environment.
Mhm.
They were young too. You're
Yeah.
talking young 20s. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
it
Wow.
was, yeah, it was that experience.
Well,
Yeah.
so that was a great experience, because like smiling faces, the group, you've been around all of that. You watched that come into existence. They really did their
Absolutely.
thing. Wow.
Yes, yes. And she was married to Norman Whitfield.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I got to experience that. She also wrote
Yeah.
Wishing on a Star by Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
So,
Wishing on a star.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So you actually came up from the root of things. Like you've been involved in it. You know.
Yeah, yeah, I was definitely able to witness it and meet musicians that are iconic to this day. You know what I'm saying? And Wah Watson. Yeah, it was an
You going
amazing.
back. You're going way back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm from the time where we still had
Yeah.
albums and you could
That's
pull
right.
out the sleeve and read along
That's
with
right.
the,
That's right. That's right.
with the
That's right.
lyrics and that
Yeah.
type of thing.
Wow. Wow. Well, you definitely have. You're a vet in the game. You're definitely
Thank you.
a vet. And how long have you been? And because I know you're not only a rapper, you also sing.
Yes, yes. I implement that in my hip hop,
Yeah.
because that was my first turnout to music, especially in like back, you go to a Baptist church, that is the thing. You look forward to the
Sing.
choir
The
singing.
choir.
So
Yeah.
I experienced that too.
Uh-huh.
And as far as coming into hip hop, when the lockers and things like that were on Soul Train, we would mimic that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think
Mhm.
as far as hip hop, I was a pop locker first.
Oh,
So
you
that was
were
my
there first.
introduction to that. You know what I mean? And when you were part of a crew, I was a part of a crew called the Groove-a-trons.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
with Boardman and Daryl Stokes and Michael Pierce, and yeah, it was a heavy crew. We used to battle Boogaloo Shrimp crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Break
So,
dancing, pop. I was gonna get into all of that. I was gonna get into it all. Yeah, break dancing. Yeah,
but
you came
when
from
you
the
say
era.
introduction, I have to tell that
That's right.
story.
That's
That was
right.
the
That's right.
beginning of
That's
my
right.
hip hop.
Wow, you're right. And how long has it? How long have you been in the game? If
As far as like an MC
the
in the game,
MC,
like proper,
MC.
I would say 94.
Okay, you've been in since '90.
Yeah, 94. Well, no, I take that back. 92. I got out of jail and had to make a decision. Am I going to still hustle in this way, hustle this paperwork and end up back
Yeah,
in here?
yeah.
Or, am I going to go to what I know and love? And that was hip hop. That was the culture of hip hop. So
Wow.
it kind of saved me from myself.
Wow, you mentioned prison. I have everything written down. Can we go back to that if you feel comfortable of talking about
Sure.
those times? What exactly happened and why were you put in prison at that time?
I was, crooked paperwork.
Okay.
I was, from cashier's checks to falsified check, you name it. I
Name.
was, I was messing with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and
Devices. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people would come to me for that paperwork, and
Okay.
I was just like, living reckless,
Yeah.
and enjoying it like I was in a sting, like
Yeah.
I was in a movie, damn near. But
Yeah.
when I got locked up and all the sisters that were in jail and all the different reasons, it just struck a chord in my soul and my spirit to tell their story and to live for them.
Yeah.
And if I could change myself, I know that that's half the battle. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? To become a new me. Maybe it'll help be a reflection for somebody else so they wouldn't go through the same thing.
That's right. You're right about that. You're right. And just one more thing. How much time did you do?
I
From
was in there for a year. A
for one
year that felt like
a
5.
long time. Yeah, a lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah, when you spend a birthday in there,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, they start swinging around. Yeah, man.
Because
Yeah, or your mother comes and visits you, and you watch them leave through the gate, and you can't leave with them. All of those things mean something. So I was blessed to only being there for that amount of time.
exactly.
Because I know heads that have been locked up for a very long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel blessed to have only experienced that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got away from that situation and you got into the game. And what year was it when you started singing? Was it around the same time or were you singing before rapping?
I was thinking before that, like in church,
Church.
I
It
would
started from the
sing,
church. Yeah.
writing just, you sit and you listen to albums and you mimic. I used to mimic the emotions, Tina Marie,
And then
uh,
Marie.
you know what I mean? Like Barry White. So I have a range of all of those old school things. And I didn't realize it would be applicable to my hip hop until it was.
Until it was, until you went on and merged that with that. You merged it together.
Yes, absolutely. And I come from a place of live music, so I
Yeah,
merged that together too. I think I was one of the first to really have a full-on live band, background singers, the whole bit.
yeah,
I love funk, I love old school. So I was like, yeah, they fit
yeah,
together. If we sampling it, then
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it can stand with it,
Right. That's right. That's right. 'Cause, yeah, it's connected. It comes to.
Absolutely.
Can you I know, but can you let the fans know? Can you walk me through the story behind your name, Medusa?
Mm. Like my first day out, my cousin Coco took me to a studio,
Okay.
and there we were making a lot of really firm decisions, and one of them was the name.
Okay.
And it was, I'm going to be that MC that turns whack MCs to stone. That was one of them.
Okay. Okay.
Another was it was a Baba that I dealt with, and he shared a dictionary with me that from 1921. And as he's sewing, he made me look up Medusa. And when I did, it was like the form that a jellyfish swims in, the formless movement of it, the freestyle of it is a Medusa form.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, I freestyle like that. So the Medusa form fit. So those are two. And then it was the five sisters, one of them being Medusa. She was the wisdom, the truth spitter, and it wasn't that she had snakes that, if you're not familiar with it, you're going to call locks snakes or braid snakes. You know what I'm saying? And they felt like her power resided in this hair. So they were trying to capture her and came to her land, and she wasn't having it. She was the battle sister. She was coming to meet you in your ships at the beach on elephants, on what I mean, with her tribe. So when I found that story, I was like, yeah, I feel that strength. I feel that determination as a woman of color and a woman that's representing outside of the box that's given to them. You know what I mean? So those three elements meshed together is the reason.
That's the reason for Medusa. Now, when you first started out rapping, in hip hop, was there anyone kind of intimidated? Any other females intimidated by your just by your lyrics or your persona of how you come out?
Oh, definite. There used to be a rumor like, don't let Medusa open up for you because she's gonna kill your whole game.
Wow.
So it wasn't just women, a lot of cats, a lot of guys.
Okay, a lot of the men.
Yeah. So I did have that reputation for sure, and I allow all of my personas to exist. There's a battle MC in me that loves boom bap. I'm gonna try to let you have it in that. There's the graceful goddess in me that likes to get down with the live band. So you never know which Medusa head you're going to meet.
That's right. Yeah, because I watched you. You look very, very intimidating in some of you, especially fading them all. Now fading them all, you come off like you direct with somebody. No.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Yeah. That's my homage to bars. If you're not coming with bars, I'm Bar Worthington. Back to back. Sometimes it's the subject matter, and if I could blend the subject matter and make sure I don't sound like anyone else, and stay in my purpose when I spit it, and intimidate you, like make you check yourself, make you test your bars. It's to me, it's easy to do sexual things. Sexual bars are very easy because that's something that you do when you're learning how to cuss. You know what I'm saying? You 10, 12 years old, you can do that. But when it comes to like firing off and having proper content and subject matter and making them bar worthy, that's not so easy. That's right. So that was my homage to real hip hop.
Okay, wow, and you're doing a great job at it.
Thank you.
Now, you're welcome. Are you familiar? Well, I'm quite sure you are. Have you ever worked with the Lady of Rage?
Oh man, we've done shows together. I love Rage. I love her. I love any woman that just stands firm in who they are. Even if you're strip hop, hip hop, whatever that is, shock hop, whatever. If you stand firm and true in it, I dig you. You know what I mean? I just don't dig there's not a balance. And I felt like when Rage came out, they should have pushed her even further.
That's right. That's right.
You know, because her album was fantastic. Her
Uh,
single was killing them.
right.
When she was on Johnny Carson, that did not happen often.
That's
So
right.
that was a mark in itself. You
Yeah.
know, I'm a fan of her, Queen Latifah, MC Light. You know,
That's right.
those
That's right.
OGs resonator. But then I like Cardi B. If I feel the hood in me, like
Okay. Okay.
they
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
roll
Yeah.
and listen to that.
Yeah.
You know
Check
what I
out Cardi
mean?
B.
I used to dance back in the day. So I understand what it is to strip and the reasons why and where it can take your soul if you let it.
If
You
you
know what
let
I'm
it, if
saying?
you let it. That's right.
So
Right.
if you don't have if you haven't stepped in those rooms and have that understanding, then you're gonna disrespect it. I can't disrespect anything. I can only stand firm in who I
Right.
am
Right.
and hope that it shakes you, you know,
Right.
to
Right.
want to stand, to want to go in another room. You know,
Mhm.
I love
Right.
Daisy Age shit. I love all styles of hip hop, but where
Yeah.
I stand is where I'm at, you know?
That's right. Period. Right.
Yeah.
That's right. I also looked up another name. I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not going to say this wrong, but I think it's feline science,
Feline science.
feline
Yeah.
science, which is like
Yeah.
the study of cats and domestic. Like
Yeah.
what? Okay, just you have to walk me through this though. How did you connect with that name, and how does that refer to you in any kind of way? You know, like
Feline science is like the power of the panthers, that being a cat. Uh, feline having 9 lives. I feel
oh,
like
okay, okay, okay,
that applies to me.
okay,
Also, uh, comparing it to it taking 9 months to have a child, those 9 lives that carry into, you
right.
know, so the science is all of those things combined together. You know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes with a song, is you are birthing this song,
Song.
you
That's
know,
right. That's right.
and I make sure that, you know, you got 9 elements. I had 9 musicians on a stage with me, you know, including the background singers. So, and I would keep it very woman driven because, of course, because I am one, but at the same time there's this goddess element that was missing for me. You know, there's queens, there's the empresses, there's it, but where's my goddess?
Yeah,
Because that's powerful.
it's powerful.
And
Right.
yeah, so all of that combined together was the
It's
sign.
combined and connected with
Yeah,
that. Okay, wow. Well, so you actually had to really go deep and find
yeah.
those like Medusa, you know, like feline science. I know I'm saying the name wrong.
Feline
I
sign.
feline
Mm-hmm.
science. That's deep. It is. It's
Thank you.
how was the party? How was the Feed the Mall party in LA? How was that when you was in
Oh,
California?
it was dope. It was dope. All the right people came out. Let's put it that way. When
Okay,
I saw
okay,
Dana
okay.
Dane, that meant
Dana
everything to me.
Dane. Shout out to Dana
Yeah.
Dane. Okay.
It was and it being a Wednesday in LA, that's kind of a hard thing to pull off because people have to be to work the next day.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
at the well, they showed up. They gave me so much love, and yeah, I was just excited to be able to give everybody some new music. You
Okay.
know, I feel my boy Broadway from the Licks told me one day. He said it would be a shame if people didn't hear all the music that you have because I have catalogs
I see.
that I am now
Yeah.
dropping,
That's right.
you
That's
know.
right. That's right.
And when he said that, it hit me hard. So I'm
Yeah.
like, let me get to it. Let me
Right.
direct these videos. Let me come up with these treatments and start
Right.
dropping
Right.
all of these joints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Fade 'em All is just one of many to come.
Yeah. But it needs to be heard. A lot of people sit on music not knowing that might. This is the one. This is what we need. We
That,
need that. So the music we have out now is just it's sad. Look, it's
yeah.
I'm being honest. You know,
I'm just saying, where's the balance? Where is it?
that's right.
You know, I feel like there's a balance in conversation when when you're around certain people, no matter who they are. If you touch on different topics and subjects, it shapeshifts.
Right.
People become intellectuals in the conversation. So how come hip hop can't be that? I know the powers that be would prefer us to stay in a certain vein,
Yeah.
and that vein would be to constantly consume.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I want you to buy the jewelry. I want you to have
That's
the
right.
liquor. I want you to,
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I get
That's right.
that. You know what I mean? Because as an artist, when we're finished performing, we want you to consume what we have to give.
That's right.
So I understand it, but on a level, we need to take it over to where we offer the balance that's necessary, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Like creative control. Like take it back. You know.
That definite. Because
That
when it
power.
started, it was the Rock Kims. It was you can see all these different elements of hip
Big
hop.
Daddy
You can see the
Kane.
KRS One, the Big Daddy
Public
Kings, yeah,
Enemy. Yeah.
Public Enemy. You know,
KRS. Yeah, man.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And
that's what I need.
you've been around like the best of them. You know, I read your story. You've been around the best of them. Can we go back to the age, your teenage years? How was that growing up in L.A. or where you're from?
It was phenomenal for me because I would have to get out of Pomona to come into LA to really experience that.
Okay. Okay.
So I would come to Uncle Jam's Army at the sports
Yeah.
arena.
Shout out to Uncle
That
James.
was everything.
Okay.
You could hear every fly DJ at that time spin.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. Egyptian Lover,
Right.
Squally C.
That's right. Right.
And me being a pop locker, you ran into all the crews and you battled
Yeah.
the night
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. Yeah.
I I wouldn't know anything about auditioning as a pop locker or breaker for breaking two and breaking one if it wasn't for LA hip hop. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
um, it was incredible. The scene was incredible. It really was.
Wow. So there was no complaints on your end growing up out there
No,
at
no.
the
I mean,
time.
even if you were banging, it was something about that energy that would make you come from a different space. Like I could go to Venice Beach and be pop locking against some Crips and Bloods, and that wouldn't come up in the language that we were sharing of dance.
Okay. Okay.
No one came to shoot up the beach. You came to
Yeah.
battle as a pop
That's
locker.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The
So
battle. That's
it's
all.
people see it different if you're not from here. If I go anywhere else and I say I'm from LA, their mind automatically goes to that.
Crips and
Well,
Bloods.
what
Yeah.
hood you from? Da 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 da. All of that. I'm like,
Yeah.
now there's other types of hip hop. Me getting out of jail and going to the Good Life Cafe. That was a different persona and frequency of MCing,
Different environment. That's
and
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
it really was. And you weren't allowed to cuss at this place. So
Mhm.
you really had to be clever and come up with some sick bars
That's right.
that weren't disrespectful,
That's right. That's
and
right.
and it's amazing because a lot of the heavyweight West Coast MCs know about the Good Life Cafe and the MCs from it,
Mhm.
but it was so uniquely different, you almost didn't know what to do with it.
That's right.
You know what
Wow.
I mean? If you were the head of a label and it didn't fit the format that you were
Mhm.
used to,
Yeah.
like, what do we do with
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Yeah. What do
You
we
you
do?
leave it be.
That's
You leave
right.
it be.
That's right. Go ahead. I throw in the towel. It's cool. It's all good.
Right. You
Wow.
can have that.
Like considering your lyrics and considering your demeanor and your that underground character back then, were you ever in a beef with anyone like a hip hop beef with any other female rappers?
No, I can't say that I was. And I mean, me being grown now, it's probably because I might have been super intimidating back then. So why have
Okay,
beef?
why a beef?
You know what I mean?
They
I'm
actually
not really
they
the
knew
one to
better.
beef with.
Yeah,
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 they knew
yeah,
better.
yeah, pretty much, pretty
Okay,
much.
wow,
So
wow.
did some of the dudes. Yeah, so I didn't really have beef. My beef would be with myself. Like I was always trying to be the better version of me.
Okay.
Because people have, you know how you do your thing and people have an expectation on a certain sound.
That's right.
And it's like, well, if I'm growing as a person, then I'm growing as this lyricist. My voice is changing. So I'm not going to give you what I gave you when I did Power of the P, but the power of the P is still in me. So I'm going to give you that.
Yeah,
you know.
but as the years change, you grow. You have it growth.
Yeah.
Talk about different things, you know. But
Yeah.
it's still in you to go there, you know. As
Oh,
far
definitely.
as lyrically and hard, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Because just by the song "Feed 'Em All," I love that. Actually, I watched it like 3 times earlier. I love that song.
Oh, that's dope. Thank you, man.
I love it. You know, I do.
That's love.
How do your personal experiences shape the themes and stories in your songs?
Um, like the song "Get Out at It." That's what I do. That's who I am.
Okay.
I lend myself to a lot of different events, and I do production, and I teach. I was at Cal Arts for 3 years teaching hip hop. So I will show up to support. I will come in and give you a couple of songs for free at your event if you can't afford to.
Oh wow!
I will
Okay.
come. I will come to your open mic and rock that.
Wow.
Because that's exercise. That's what I do.
Yeah.
If I hear that someone is dope, I'm gonna show up and check you out.
Wow.
So I get out at it like it's a habit was based on all of the many things that I do in the city. So I was like, follow me, just follow me for 3 days. So you can see what my life is like in getting out at this work of hip hop. And that's what you see in that song. And I share my background, my history of my family. I share how they treat me when I show up to these events. I share with you how dope I am. Don't fuck with my frequency. You know what I mean? Type. Yeah. So Get Out at It is that. The power of the P, digging in a crate, is like the power of pussy is mesmerizing, hypnotizing. When it says jump, you say, hey, everybody caters to it and the reasons to have it or be near it. I didn't have to go out on some WAP type, you know what I mean? But that was the truth. That was what I experienced. You know what I'm saying? Even like right now, I have an album that I'm finishing some mixing on with Georgia Ann Muldrow, and it's called Top Shelf Funk. And that is an homage not just to the 70s, but to my life in it, to the people I lost in it that I miss, to the house of funk that we still represent in this hip hop, to an homage to all the ladies. You know what I mean? It's a combination. So I write from experience. I write from heartfelt messages. I write from a space where I feel like someone has missed, some of these MCs, they didn't tap on this though. I find the missing spaces and fill them in, because I feel it's necessary. And I try to teach that as well, like be yourself, be your own persona, just because you hooked on some down south or some doughboy game or whatever that is you're listening to. That is not you.
That's right.
I need you to add to the conversation of hip hop in your own language. Right. That's crucial. So I always approach it from my own language,
Wow. So that's, just be yourself in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. Because you can't be somebody else.
It's so easier said than done because a lot of people are so busy mimicking, they start to believe that is themselves.
Yeah.
You got to strip that down. You got to strip it down to the basics.
They done turn falsehood into truth. Like they really believe what they don't. They really believe it.
Yeah. Wow. I'm like, you believe what is going on?
Yeah, it's sick now, man. Things are moving backwards. What's right is wrong, and I'm sorry, what was right. What they say is supposed to be. They enjoy what's right, and what's right I don't know how to really put it together.
What's it,
But
what's wrong is what's easy is what it is what
okay,
I noticed.
yeah,
And we know that from being children.
that's
You know
right.
what I
That's right.
mean?
That's
Like,
right.
am I gonna work for the money so that I can buy this candy, or am I stick this candy in my pocket?
That's right.
It's something that simple. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And when we get older, we feel like I could just say this
Yeah,
simple get down.
that's all.
You
That's it.
know, I'm gonna refer back to some strip hop. You know, these women are talking about how they make money from it,
Mhm.
but they don't want to dig deep in the mentality and
Oh,
the mental struggle that it
okay,
brings
okay, okay.
and spit that.
There is another
That would
side.
be
That-
that would be too real. It would
That's
be
right.
too true.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
that's sometimes a fearful conversation, even.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
yeah, there is another side to that. Tell that side.
absolutely.
Let's hear that side too. You know?
I want to hear that, and these young women need to hear that so that they can make a proper choice and see the balance of it. You know, the people are so busy making it the new diamonds, the new pearls, the new
Yeah,
top
yeah,
hat, the
yeah,
new, you know what I mean?
yeah.
That they're not really delving into the soul and how it affects your spirit, you
Hmm.
know,
You're right.
and your choices.
That's
You
right.
know, that's a difficult fucking rhyme to write.
Yeah, it is because it's truth. It
Yes.
is. You know, when they do like the 50 years of hip hop and all of this BET, VH1 stuff, were you ever invited to any of those events?
And see, that's a great question. I wasn't invited in the way that I felt like I should have been, you
Oh,
know, because I've been around for quite a while.
yeah,
And but it goes back to do we want to have that conversation? You know, even women of rock. I feel like I have this live band. I've been smashing. I got rock joints, whatnot.
yeah.
Like, how do you not invite me?
Wow.
Sometimes that sparks a conversation that folks don't want to have. How can I have see Dre out and he bow down to me and a DJ Quick and they touch my feet and tell me how dope I am, but
But not, yeah, yeah,
you feel me?
yeah. Wow.
That's I might shake the balance a little bit.
Yeah.
Now who knows? You know, so yeah, I expected more invitations than what I got.
Oh,
But you know what? It inspired me to do more.
that's all. That's all.
That's it, that's all.
Yeah. To me, it seems like now everything is like a soap opera with this hip hop stuff because they only like who they like and they invite who they want to invite. So
Right.
everybody
Yes.
don't get treated the same.
Mm.
And you got to have a level of money or status to be somewhere. This is my opinion. This is what I think. So eventually, you will get yours though. You will get it. Trust me.
Thank you.
You'll get it. You'll be all right. You know. I'm serious.
I appreciate that.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate You know, it's made me delve into doing productions more. I have this production coming up on the 28th
Wow.
for New Earth. New Earth is a company that deals with underprivileged youth, and they make sure that they're tech savvy. They make
Yeah.
sure that
Yeah.
they're trying to be a vocalist, or they have studios for them. So I work with these youngsters,
Okay.
and I got KRS-One hired for this event,
Oh, okay.
and I am
Yes.
performing with my live band,
Okay.
and the students that I've taught are performing as well.
Okay.
So I figure if I could just get my productions out here in the world, I could put together the ideas that I have that much easier. You know what I mean? I can get the city involved and have them uh, support lineups that they've never thought of. You know, sometimes the lineups are the same, the exact same thing.
Same thing. I mean, you're right. I've been going to concerts, and I'm in Philly. I've been going to concerts at the Philadelphia Spectrum and the Civic Center since I was 8. I,
Wow.
I didn't seen Big Daddy Kane, Public Enemy. I didn't seen Rakim. I didn't seen Chubb Rock. To this day, they picking the same people and I don't go to the shows anymore because I seen everybody. I done seen
Right.
everybody. So
It's the same out here.
yeah, yeah,
It's gonna be E40, sugar free, dog pound, Snoop,
Snoop,
and
yeah,
it's not that I don't like these people, but I'm like,
yeah,
I need a new lineup. Like, come on, y'all.
that's right.
All this talent out here.
Yeah, it's a
You could,
lot of talent.
yeah, you could at least introduce a couple of new and put some female energy that's really dope
Yeah,
in these lineups.
yeah,
Not some okay females, not some soft spitting. I'm talking
yeah,
about some
yeah.
real talent.
Some real talent.
Or
That's
stop doing the we're gonna do an all female lineup. And it's like all the same females, and it's like, wait, hold up.
right.
That's not how this is supposed to play out.
Yeah, yeah.
So Rhyme Fest just came up. That was one of the events that I thought did that well.
I
That
was,
mixed the
yeah,
that it was off the meat rack,
I was
and it was
invited.
at the man.
Yeah, I was
My
invited.
guy, the lineup was crazy. It was
I
all
know,
day.
I
The
know.
crowd really came out to support it,
Yeah,
and that was the style of lineup I'm talking about.
that's right.
Like, I don't want to see the
Mhm.
female moment in this event.
That's right.
Like, oh yeah, now we're gonna bring out Queen Latifah, Moni Love, and MC Light, and da da da, and they're just in this one segment. It's
Wow.
like they have enough energy and light to be spread about just like the rest of you brothers and really indoctrinated in this lineup. What are we doing?
Give,
Stop
give
playing.
someone else a chance. Give them a
Yeah.
chance. Let them get the light sometimes. So
Yeah, not just the moment of the light, like the female moment. No, these are MCs.
that's
These
right.
are entertainers, artists.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. And in 1999, we're gonna go back to that. In 1999, you released your first EP, "Do It the Way You Feel It." Can you take me back to that studio session? How was that and that vibe at that time?
Wow. Um, the company that put that together, the oh wow. It was like Good Vibe was created through a cat that actually worked for a major label.
Okay.
And he saw the intricate workings of this label and said, I'm going to do a micro of this label right here.
Okay.
And so he used the inside. I'm not saying the name because he was using so many of their elements to get his shit popped off that
Okay.
it was amazing how he did it. But
But he did it.
uh,
He got it done.
yeah, he did that. But working with
Yeah.
Fat Jack was a no-brainer. So me being in a session with him was just on a solo thing was everything that I wanted to do. Fat Jack had monstrous beats. They were West Coast, yet they were jazzy and in its own lane. And that session was like magic for me, you know.
Wow.
The So Y'all Can Feel Me, I did that with Jazzy, New York cat.
Yeah.
And I came in, this is when you still had ADATs and whatnot, you know what I mean? So sometimes it would take a minute to sync some things up,
Yeah.
but in his apartment, he played a joint that made me come up with that hook. And to this day, I almost can't get off the stage without doing that
That
song.
song. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I do it to this Pharoah Munch joint, get the fuck up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's that moment in time inspired just a lot of aspects of who I am as
Yeah.
Medusa.
Wow. Wow. So that moment, that studio session was like a memory where
Man,
you would
I
never
just
forget.
saw it as I spoke on it. I say, like, we in his apartment. It's dark. He got the vocal booth, all the desks lined up. Got his hat cocked to the side. Like, Jazzy, okay, what we doing?
It
Yeah,
was on. It was on. You
it
had some
was.
time. Well, I have another one for you. Leela James' new video, "Thought You Knew." How did that come together?
Well, Leela got my number.
Okay.
No, DM'd me. And she said that she was a fan of mine. She
Oh,
was like
okay.
from Good Life days. I've always wanted to work with you, and I have
Yeah.
this vision of you being in my new video.
Wow.
Would you, it's like a set it off or homage to set it off and we went back and forth for a minute and she flew me out for that video. And, I was a fan of her music. So I was a little blown away, like, oh, you're a fan of mine? Get out of
Yeah,
here.
like, yeah. I mean, like, wow, because you thought, how did you even think of me? Thought of me to.
That part.
Uh,
It was such an honor, and I'm like, what do you know about the good life? Like what? So
yeah.
she used to live out here. So
Okay.
that's how she got introduced to a lot of those things. And I was like, okay, I must be doing something right for this magical voice woman to give me a call and
Right.
desire me to be. And then
Right.
I got to meet the other sisters,
Yeah.
Avery Sunshine. She's I went to one of her concerts. I had never heard this woman before.
Mhm.
It was phenomenal.
First time
I'm
hearing
like,
her.
huh?
First time hearing her.
First time.
Wow.
First time.
Wow.
Just incredible. She had opened for El DeBarge.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Miss
Okay.
Johnson, I've always been on her nuts, but that Avery was a surprise. This woman is
Surprise.
incredible. But yeah, so and we're still connected. We will all text each other out of nowhere, and so it's a
Every now and
proper
then. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
sisterhood that was created from that. And I just, I just feel honored every time we talk to each other.
Well, that was a great story. You know, and also you were the only female rocking at the High Roll Fest
Yes.
with
Yes.
Common and Murs. Is it Mars or Murs and Sunspot
First.
and
Yeah.
Jones? Murs.
Yeah. From Living Legends.
Can you take me back to that moment? I mean, we could do a brief. I need to hear how did that go at the High Roll Fest?
Uh Sunspot hit me
Mhm.
and asked me if I would rock Hyro Day again. And I had rocked before, but I'd never been on the main stage. I had been on like smaller stages, and got down with Smith and Wesson, and you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
But this time I was like, oh, the main stage, yeah, I'll do that.
Mhm.
So I got myself together to show up to blow up. When I saw the lineup on the main stage, I realized like, oh, I'm the only female on this stage. Hold up. And
Wow.
I've done gigs over the years with Common, with everyone on that lineup I've experienced. So
Mhm.
to be in the mix in that way
In that way, that's
made
right.
me realize who I was again.
Mhm.
It made me, it assured me that I'm on the right path and to not stop. Don't ever stop what
Don't
I'm
stop.
doing.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? I love it, and people are loving me, and they're showing up to get a piece of what I have to give, and it would be a sin and a shame if I didn't give it.
Yes, and keep going because
Yeah,
it only gets better. That's it. Just
absolutely.
how do you go about selecting producers, featured artists, and other collaborations for your projects?
I like I say, I get out at it like it's a habit. So I'll go and check you out. If I think you're
Yeah,
dope,
yeah, you go to the person. You
oh
go
yeah,
to-
most definite.
yeah.
Even like producers, I'll
Mhm.
go to some of these beat sessions, these live beat sessions. I'll walk up to you and go, hey,
Yeah.
send me a beat pack.
Yeah.
But make sure it's no more than 10, 15, because when you get to 20, 25 beats you're sending me, I lose focus. I let you send me your favorite hot 10 tracks and
Okay.
I'm fucking with you. The same with MCs. Like I just did a joint with a Blue, like Blue in Exile. So I did Blue and Micah 9.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah, I'm a fan of these cats. So for them to call me and say, hey, can you show up and rock this? I'm like, yeah, of course. Send me that. Send me that.
Now,
But
how does that? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I always when I show up to rock something,
Mhm.
if I'm going to write to something that you send me, be
Yeah.
mindful. I am going to do my utmost to be the next best me. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Has to do with the subject and the next best me. So if I show up and make you want to repin your shit or relay your shit, then I am doing my job. And trust me, I try to do that job every time.
And it's nothing wrong with it. Like, this is what you do. There's nothing wrong with
Yes.
it, you know?
Yes. If I rock with a Rakim, speech from Arrested Development, anybody, I'm going to try to do the best me and better than the last me. And that's what they're going to get. And some people look at it like, oh, she trying to outdo. No. I'm trying to outdo me, the last me.
Right.
You know.
You. How does that work though? You just explained to me how they give you beats, like 10, maybe 10 or 15 beats. Now, do you pay for those beats up front, or do they get like a percentage off of whatever you make off the songs? How does that go, that exchange?
They get a percentage of what I make off the songs.
Okay.
Like
so,
Chop Louie and
Chop Louie.
you know, that's a fair exchange. The same with Yoni. Yoni that did Fade Them All. It's the same thing through Flourish and Prosper. And you know, I will do it on whatever platform is necessary to get it the most love. You know, right now I'm just, you know, kind of checking platforms out the way I check MCs and beats out. You know, because me as an artist, I want to be that. I don't want to have to constantly, you know, God, the promos, all of the tech things that I have to deal with.
That's right.
It's just a whole lot. I'm looking for that machine that's going to make it smooth for me. And yeah, but on some beats, I will accept any package. I will show up to any studio session to see what's what, you know. And if I dig 1 out of 20, then that's what it is. You know, if I did dig 10 out of the 20, then we're doing a full-on project. Wow. And we're going to split it down the middle, 50-50, and put it out there.
Okay. You know, you've mentioned like you wanted something faster, like as far as digital, or get your stuff out there. You know, back in the day, we did leg work. You know, we was out there taking that stuff down to the record labels. You know,
come on.
It's easier now, but I think back then was better because you get to meet people now as you go to these people. Now
I agree.
You sit behind a computer and just send stuff out. So you're not really getting the right it's promotion, but not that contact that you know.
And I'm still the one that'll walk out and give out flyers. I'm selective to who I'm giving a flyer to. Like, granted, I'm not going to stand out there and just give out a gang of flyers to anybody.
That's right.
But that hand to hand and meeting someone and eye to eye and an exchange of energy, that's going to make you come to the event more than seeing it on the screen.
That's right. It is.
You know?
That's right. That's right.
All of those things are still necessary.
Wow, it is. And I love that. I still do that to this day. I go out. I go in the barbershops, hang posters up. They let me see, they know my face. So they let me go, you know, in all these places. I love that, you know. And I also do the computer thing. I'm behind the computer, but I'm out in the streets more, you know.
Yeah.
That's what
and it probably works for you because you have a great personality. That means something. You get to work on who you are as a person when you're meeting someone face to face, you know.
You do.
I feel like the online is almost a cheat. You know, you perform and then you're off it, and then who are you?
Yeah, who are you? Who are you? Just like a DJ, you know, the real mixing or the vinyls, or some people just use their digital stuff, you know.
Right.
You know,
I'm not mad at the digital stuff if you can really get down.
If you can get down.
It's still about the blend. It's still about how's he gonna come out of this. You know what I mean? Regardless. But our vinyl, like heavyweight vinyl junkies, I still got vinyl in my house right now, and I prefer to listen to that than to pull up my JBL speaker and listen to some shit online.
That's right.
You know, I want to hear the crackle of the wax. You know, so when I see the beat junkies and Battle Cat, you know, really get down, I'm like, yeah, this is hip hop.
That's right. There you go. Now that feeling comes back. This is hip hop. You know.
Yes. And I got a really dope joint with Battle Cat that I'm gonna drop too. That
Mhm.
is amazing. I just have some amazing music right now. Like if I weren't myself and I just heard this come across my,
Mhm.
I really love it. I really love it. So I can't wait to share it with the people, you know.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to hear it either. I can't wait. Yep. And West Adams Block Party in L.A.
Woo.
You rock with Arrested Development, Rakim, DJ Battle Cat, D Smoke, Yo Yo, Georgia, and that
Yeah.
right there. I know that was like some exclusive work. Can you talk
Woo.
about that? Tell me about that moment.
Man. First off, to be a fan of all of these people,
Yeah.
you know, the young person that resides in me was so thrilled, so excited. I to this day am still a full on Rakim fan. So I
Mhm.
couldn't wait till he came on.
Wow.
At
Okay.
the same time, the MC in me was like, this is the platform I belong on
That's right.
with these individuals right here.
That's right.
You know, I'm the only one on here that doesn't have a record label and have never really been on one except for once, you know, that is really doing the independent work. And I end up on the stage with these people and I know them. We know each other.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was, yeah, the company of that type of hip hop is what I'm talking about.
Wow.
That's it, that I can love it and live it. Oh my God.
Mhm.
It was everything.
Great. It was a great feeling at that time. I know it
It
was.
was it was literally everything. I think I got chills talking about it right now, but that whole day it was that feeling right there.
Wow, that's wonderful. And are you still acting? You were an actress also, right?
Yes, yes. I did a film called Stranger Inside.
Yes, for
And
HBO, right?
huh?
No, I'm sorry, Court Prison. It was one of
Yeah.
those two, yeah. And
Yeah.
Stranger.
And actually it was in Civil Brand where I was locked up
Okay,
in the late 80s. Yeah.
okay.
So it was a full circle moment for me, and
Hmm.
to do music for it, and you know it was pretty amazing. And I've done like a Moesha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
I
did
read that.
this this series called $1. So I act. I definitely act. You know, and as an MC, there's some acting that's required when you do that.
It is, it is. Is that? Do you like that better than hip hop? Do you like acting?
No, I can't say better. I do like it though.
Well,
I
enjoy
like
enjoy it more than hip hop.
no, I don't enjoy it more than it's just a part of the artistry that's in me.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just one of the many elements that I actually can bring to the table. You
Okay.
know, like when I'm doing videos, you know, there are some videos and treatments that I write, I have to act this out, you
Yeah.
know, and then there are some that I'm just being me. You know, when I teach, I realize that you know you have to put on an acting hat from time to time
That's right.
just to get
That's
them
right.
to respect you
That's right.
as an elder
That's right.
and to act right. You know, so if I have to put that voice on and that energy on, I know that's a piece of my mother that's talking right now. I
Yeah.
know that that's that, you know what I mean? How
Yeah.
I was
That's right.
raised in
That's
it.
right.
But if I'm just, you know, chilling and talking to that's a whole nother person. And I
Mhm.
allow all of my personas to exist. So why not delve into acting if I can pull these
If you can,
personas
that's right.
out of me?
That's
Yeah.
right. If any way you can get the attention or someone's, yeah, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
You pull it out of you, that persona, just so they can get the attention. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
like that. You got to put on different hats. Sometimes put
Absolutely.
on different hats.
Absolutely.
You know, um, what do you consider to be your greatest strength as a hip hop artist?
Oh, wow. Writing lyrics and performance are kind of neck and neck,
Yeah.
and being able to put a production together.
Hmm. Okay.
I feel I do that very well. So all three of those things are kind of on the same playing field. Because when I get ready to perform, I have to put that production together in my head. Like I did a show at the Broad Theater, the Broad Museum, and I had my girls paint this woman, this sister named Pepper, and she's bald headed, and the painting was phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
And she was my mic stand.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she's primarily nude and holding my mic in different positions the whole night.
Oh, that's different. That's different.
I had feathers, sticking out of the way I had my band dressed and, and positioned and the background singers. It's a production. So I delve into that very seriously before I perform.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. If you can change anything about the industry, what would it be?
Oh, wow. To have more of a balance in
Okay.
what we're hearing and seeing.
Mhm.
And I might be the first to do this, but women-driven labels, I feel that needs to happen. It's there's a feminine touch that is missing. We can't always have a masculine version of what a woman is
Yeah.
in the fantasy of a man's mind.
Okay.
I get it, but you can't be in charge of that all the time.
Right.
So we need we need a little more femininity in this, and we need some balance.
Well said. Well said. Just a few more. How do you define success as an artist?
If you can continue to do it and it's your passion work, you love it, and it takes care of you,
Mhm.
that's success.
Wow.
That is success.
Okay.
Now, what level of taking care of you is really on the individual.
Yeah.
But I can sleep at night.
Wow.
My spirit is solid,
Wow.
and I love what I do, and
Hmm.
I love to give to the best of my ability from it.
Wow. Mhm.
And I feel successful.
That's wonderful. Wow. Because usually people say money and a house and my kids, my children, but when that's taken away, you don't have that peace anymore. You don't have it. So that was
Right.
well said, how you broke it down.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What are your top three artists, past or present, you love to collaborate with?
Oh, wow. That's heavy. Because now my mental Rolodex is going like spin
Yeah.
through. Oh, woo. I would love to work with Rakim.
Wow.
Would love to.
I think that's
Um,
dope. That would be a dope collab. I know it would.
I really feel that. Um, I would love to work with George Clinton, his entire band,
Oh, okay.
him and
Wow.
his band.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, wow, Marvin Gaye.
Wow. Wow. You dug in the bag with that one. Okay.
Yeah,
Marvin Gaye.
and I really could. I mean, it made me think of Earth, Wind, and Fire, and just all of the
Yeah.
incredible artists.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to me, he is such a phenomenal producer in his vocal production,
Yeah.
his ad libs,
That's right.
and
That's
he
right.
was
That's right.
just
That's right.
just
That's right.
incredible.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I know that right there together will make a history. It'll make a history song where it'll last long and long and long. Marvin Gaye, and then with Earth, Wind, and Fire, even Rakim, you
Come
know.
on, come on. Could you imagine Medusa, Rakim, and Earth, Wind, and Fire? Just stop it.
That's mind blowing. It's over. That's it. I want to thank you. I do. I want to thank you, viewers. We just had the legendary Medusa, the Gangsta Goddess, here on A Vision Entertainment. I've been trying to get her, and now she's here. I thank you so much for that.
Thank you for having me, Thomas. It's everything.
Welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Are there anything you would like to say to the fans right now?
Check out my website, gangstagoddess.ca. If you're not following me, please follow me on IG, Legend Medusa, and just check for all the new music. I'm shooting at you. Top Shelf Funk is coming. If you haven't checked out Fade 'Em All, please check it.
Cool.
Get out at it. Get out at it is a dope single too.
That's right.
And it shows you aspects of LA that a lot of people don't get to see. So get out at it. It's really dope. Yeah. And just watch for your girl, please. I have some beautiful things to show you.
Wow. Thank you so much. The goddess Medusa.
This is the goddess, the gangster goddess. I gangster my position and keep my goddess-like integrity on a vision. And you better have one.